What's going on, Switch Leaders? Hey, as always, thank you for watching our Switch Leader video. Hey, I want to help you feel equipped, ready to roll. And then also I want to share a really cool story at the end of this time about a conversation I had with a student. So first and foremost, as you move into this week, coming prepared to switch is not only just an opportunity that you have, but it's an equipping that you can step into to meet our students where they're at, as we are continuing and actually wrapping up this series of He Loved Us First this week, talking about what is real love and how do we define love. We're going to look at the life of Jesus. We're going to look at the words that he said and what he modeled, and allow it to challenge us on what it looks like to define love and how we move forward in our life, with where we need to maybe pivot when it comes to what it looks like to challenge some relationships that we have, challenge our approach to life, challenge how we think about what we should and shouldn't do, all pertaining to the love that God has given us, and then we get to reflect back into the world. And so that's happening at Switch this week. Also, what we get to point our students to are two separate things that are really big. The first is baptism, which baptism weekend is coming up later this week. It's going to be an incredibly special weekend where there's going to be stories of bondage being broken, people going public with their faith, families coming to church for the first time, and most importantly, individuals getting to be recognized, but most of all, feel the power and the love of Jesus for them as they go public with their faith, telling the world that they are a follower of Jesus. It's one of my favorite weekends, probably is my favorite weekend. So I'm looking forward to this. There's a link that is in the leader text that you got that you can equip your students with by sharing it with them wherever you do your communication, whether that's text messages or GroupMe. You can share that with them, encourage them to sign up to get baptized, or to ask you as their leaders if they have any questions about baptism. The other thing that we're talking about at Switch is our serving day at Legacy on November 19th. We have some really cool things that we get to talk to you about in the next coming weeks about partnership that we have with Legacy, some things that we're going to be doing at the end of November and into December that I'm so ready to talk to you about, and excited to see what the response of our students, ways that we can get invested into the community. And the first of those is serving on November 19th from 10 to 12. We're gearing up to help Legacy enter the Christmas season, meet the needs of our community, and help them be equipped to do so. And so this is just another opportunity for our students to be a part of the local church, being the hope of the world through their actions, not just through their words, not just through their church attendance, but by showing up to make a difference. And so baptism and serving day are things that we're talking about. And then I want to summarize a conversation that I had yesterday with a student. So I was asking a student who, after we talked about serving so much this past couple of weeks, she wanted to take the step of serving in Life Kids. And I just asked her simply, well, what has Switch meant to you and why do you want to serve? And she said that home has been a mess, and that's putting it really nicely, been an absolute mess. And she shared with me that Switch has meant the world to her because in the middle of her chaotic life, it has felt like a place of home and a place of peace. She told me that she lost her mom when she was 12, and because of that, there was a lot of questions, a lot of frustrations, and a lot of things that didn't make sense to her. But one of the things that did make sense to her is when she walked through the doors of Switch in August for the very first time, she felt peace that she hadn't felt in a really long time. She felt like God saw her and God met her there. And then she told me that she would actually pay her dad to take her to Switch because he's in a place that we can be praying for, because he doesn't really want anything to do with the church. And she was paying him every single week for him to take her to Switch. And they live 5 minutes away from the campus, paying him $20 a week so that she could get into the presence of God and experience what he has for her and for her sisters. And if that doesn't get you jacked up about what God is doing and the way that he's meeting our students, I don't know what will. Because I do believe that God is moving in such a magnificent way in and through your obedience, in and through your equipping, and in and through your words to speak life into the students, to help them remember who God created them to be. And when we do that all in unison, when we do that together, when we partner with parents, and when we connect students to their next steps, there's an infinite and unbelievable amount of things that we can't even possibly imagine that God stands ready to do. So let's finish this series strong. Let's show up ready to go, ready to work. Can't wait to celebrate baptism weekend. I'm excited to give a live speak message this Wednesday with you guys. I love you. I can't wait to see you this Wednesday. Peace.